And you don't want to be caged in the box because you were never meant to be in the box, because you have a higher purpose. And what you do is often an expression of that purpose. Tap into the abundance by being their authentic self. I do that through speaking. I do that through writing, courses, live streaming. See the difference? It drives what I do. I got to calm down. I'm sorry, I'm getting wild. My belief in this came because I knew I could be successful at something else other than sports. I didn't think that I would be fulfilled by anything else other than sports. And so when I survived my suicide attempt and I came out and I'm like, okay, I'm here. God spared me. What's my purpose? And I'm looking for, what do I do? And so I'm searching everything. I'm studying every major world religion. I'm looking at Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, Simon Sinek's Why, Rick Warren's Purpose Driven Life. I've done a ton of leadership retreats where that was the intent, that you kind of find your, what is it called? Healthy disregard for the impossible, or whatever they call purpose. Right. Yeah, that's a good, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Healthy disregard for the impossible. I love that. That was from Leadership. Yeah, that was a great experience for me. It was a week-long leadership experience. But I got to this place to why that was a huge shift. It's through all of this research, I learned that was where I was erroring. I was trying to make my purpose what I did versus who I was or why I did it. And it was a huge shift. So I stopped looking for, okay, my purpose is to be an actor, or my purpose is to be a speaker, or my purpose is to be an author or podcaster. And I started to look at what's the underlying motivation to that. And one couple of ways. Number one, it's chapter, I don't know, 4 in the book or something. And I list 22 purpose discovery questions that help you find your highest, most authentic purpose. Anyways. So, but I'll give you a couple of things to think of. You probably heard, like, what would you do if you knew that money wasn't an option, right? Because oftentimes we talk ourselves out of our dreams because money's not an option, but that still leads you to what, not why. So I say, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to describe the perfect world that you envision. Like, literally, just describe everything you see. How are people interacting? How's the government structure? What the environment look like? What's your family? Just like describe the perfect world that you see. Okay. And write it down in detail. And here's what happens every single time. The way that I describe it is different than how Jim would, or is different than how Chris would, because we often view the world through the lens of our purpose. When I was doing a article, I used to write for my university. I was a PR person and I did a lot of marketing there, Centralite Magazine, all this stuff. I did this story on a young lady who was a chemistry major, and she won a Fulbright Scholarship Award, which is a very prestigious award. And I was interviewing her and trying to get to know her. And I asked her a question jokingly. And I was like, hey, like, do you just walk around and see chemical compounds and makeups all the time? And she was like, yes, I do. And I was like, wait, you're serious? She's like, yeah, like people see the camera, people see the mic, people see, the sound pads. I see what the chemical makeup of it. There's what's the word that I'm looking for? Periodic table, right? Mm-hmm. She sees that because she sees it through the lens of her purpose. Why? Because she believes that life is I don't know how she described it, but it's an equation. It's a chemical reaction. It's flowing together. So part of her purpose is to make connections through like periodic table connections. Like I can't even describe it because it's her purpose. That's what I'm talking about. And you ask yourself, why did I describe the world that way? Why do I care about those things that was mentioned in the world that I described? And they say that when you ask yourself why 5 times, you'll get to the core of what your underlying motivation really is. So you start off, okay, so why do you podcast? And it's like, well, because I want to add value to people. Well, why do you care about adding value to people? Well, because when I was a kid, I didn't really feel like anyone was speaking value into me, and I'm being the voice that I wish I had. Okay, well, why does that matter to you? Because I don't feel like anybody should be alone and without a voice. And well, why does that? And you just keep drilling down until you're in tears. and you're like, you know, and it happens and it's in there. And I believe we all can find it, because here's my greatest belief is that when we find our highest purpose, we will operate at our greatest effectiveness. The better I learn how to use the functions of my car, the better I am with the car. So there's so much buttons and features and functions to you. You can't put you in a box. That's why you're a podcaster. That's why you're a father. That's why you're a husband. That's why you're a deal maker. That's why you're a creator. And the reason why you're frustrated and unfulfilled is because you keep thinking that your purpose is what you do rather than why you do it. The reason why I'm getting so passionate about this, by the way, is because this is what drove my depression. This is what made life unfulfilled. This is what made me feel like people kept saying, you know, Darryll, just find something that you're passionate about. I'm like, I was passionate about sports. I'm not passionate about anything else. So you're telling me I don't have purpose, which leads to what? Depression, thoughts, not wanting to be here because I don't have purpose. When I found out that my purpose was not what I did, I had something higher. Now it didn't matter. Take my job away. Take my career away. I still got purpose. Take my girlfriend away, which happened. I still got purpose. Take my fiance away. I still got purpose. Don't take my wife away. I like my wife now. Don't take her away.
Maybe that's your purpose.
There we go. She's listening in the other room. I had to calm down.
Okay.